For more coverage on YALI, we're joined on the phone by VOA's Mariama Diallo, who is at today's summit here in Washington. Hello, Mariama.
Hello, Linord.
So President Obama announced earlier that YALI is now the Mandela Washington Fellowship. What were the other highlights from his remarks?
Well, I have to tell you, the place where the summit is taking place, the town hall meeting, was just filled with so much excitement, and with so many of these people, 500 sub-Saharan African countries being represented in here, and basically and other people participating. But I have to say that was one of the biggest highlights, meaning that it's been renamed in honor of former South African President Nelson Mandela, and as you can imagine, it drew a lot of applause. People were very excited, but President Obama also talked about new public-private partnerships to create some kind of a continuity to the program by creating 4 leadership hubs that will provide some online classes. They can do more mentoring. They can also think about seed money and networking opportunities. I think another big announcement was that also the Obama administration is trying to double the amount of fellows in the next 2 years, meaning instead of 500 young Africans, maybe make it to 1,000. And one last announcement is that the summit is taking place next year in Africa. So those were one of the few things that President Obama talked about, and a lot more, and I'm sure we will have more time to get into that.
Very interesting there. Now, tell us, the fellows had an opportunity to exchange and ask questions to President Obama. What was some of their concerns?
They actually, a lot of people that I took to talk to in the beginning were just very excited. I mean, this is definitely the cherry in the cake after 6 weeks, a 6-week fellowship in Washington, sitting down, I mean, being in the same room as the President of the United States and asking him direct questions was exciting by itself. But I was very impressed. A lot of people, they asked very serious questions. Like some of them asked about gender inequality, like the gender inequality gap, how the president is going to work on his policies to make sure that's taken care of. I think someone asked about AGOA, the African Growth and Opportunity Act that is about to expire next year, and that asked the president directly to tell her, if she was a woman from Madagascar, to tell her today if the AGOA is going to be expanded. There was also another question that talks about the upcoming Leaders Summit, which is taking place next week in D.C. Yes. And one person asked to the president, are you going to hold these leaders accountable? I know that they're coming in the United States. They're going to make a lot of promises, but are you going to hold them accountable?
Important question indeed. Mariama, thank you so much for joining us with this report.
Thank you,
that's VOA's Mariama Diallo reporting from the YALI Summit here in Washington.